Hi, today we are still looking at measurement, which is rates and ratios in the standard to year 12 syllabus. We're still looking at rates specifically, and today we are going to be talking specifically about heart rates, okay? So the dot point says that we need to use rates to make comparisons, example using unit pricing, best buys, working with speed and comparing heart rates after exercise and considering target heart rate ranges during training. So let's get straight into it. So the learning intention is to compare heart rates before and after exercise and our target heart rate. So what is a heart rate? A heart rate is just simply the number of beats per minute, BPM, which is something that you need to become familiar with. It's terminology that the HSC uses. It's measured by finding the body's pulse. The body's pulse can be found in two places. The first one is on your neck, just under your jawline. That is where your jugular vein is. The second one is on your wrist, just underneath your thumb, because that is where your pulse can be found most steadily. Just remember not to use your thumb, because your thumb has a pulse. You just need to be using your two fingers, okay? Now, the resting heart rate is measured while the person is at rest, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm just sitting down, but we have to be awake, obviously, and typically it's about between 60 and 80 beats per minute. Any more than that, you may have a medical condition, or maybe obese, or maybe unfit. Any less than that, and you could be a very extraordinarily fit athlete, or could also have a medical condition. So there's some important things you need to know about the heart rate, is that the heart rate is the maximum heart rate is 220 minus the age of the person in years. So if we are looking at our average 17-year-old student, we are going to say that a 17-year-old's maximum heart rate is given by 220 minus 17, which is 203. Therefore, a 17-year-old's heart rate should not exceed 203 beats per minute, and this is during maximum exercise. A 23-year-old like myself would have a maximum heart rate of 220 minus 23, which would bring me down to 197. And that is at our absolute maximum. So what else can we do with heart rates? We can calculate our target heart rate. So this is the desired range of heart rate during exercise that enables the heart and lungs to receive the most benefit from a workout. This has to do with the oxygen and carbon dioxide saturation inside our bloodstream, okay? This range depends on the person's age, physical condition, gender, and previous training. So to calculate the target heart rate, the HR, it's calculated between a range of 65 and 85% of the maximum heart rate. So let's look at this example here.
The heart rate of an 18-year-old that has a maximum heart rate of 202. The target heart rate is going to be between 65% or 0.65 and 85% or 0.85 of the maximum heart rate. So this is given in a range. If we were to look at my target heart rate, so a 23-year-old, we said that my maximum heart rate was going to be 220 minus 23, which gave me 197. So then my target heart rate would lie between 0.65 times 197 and 0.85 times 197. So if I quickly calculate that for you, it's going to be between 128.05 and 0.85 times 197, 167.45 beats per minute, okay? And that's during exercise. That's not whilst we are at rest, but rather during exercise. Now, the syllabus dot point actually asks you to measure heart rates during
exercise. So I've actually created a table that you can now go out and use on your own. So what you can do is you can sit down resting find your heart rate and measure it. Okay, so if we sat here for 30 seconds and we measured our heart rate to be approximately 30 beats per minute, we would then times that by 2 to have it 60 beats per minute, because this was only for 30 seconds. Okay, then you can do this standing, you can do this after walking for 1 minute, you can do this after jogging for 1 minute, after jogging for 3 minutes, and after running for 30 seconds. The whole point of this is to understand, hopefully, as we work down the table, how beats per minute will increase, okay? The more exercise we do, the harder our heart is working to pump the blood around the body. So that should cover your dot point in measurement on rates and ratios concerning heart rate, maximum heart rate and target heart rate, and this activity for you to complete on your own. Thanks for watching, guys.